Moments with God, a time of reflection for every day.
April 9th. On the path of light. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. John 8:12.
At the beginning of creation, when everything was in chaos and disorder, the divine presence began creating things, and the first thing that appeared was light. Light has always been a symbol of the divine presence. And when human beings voluntarily surrendered themselves to Satan, they became slaves of darkness, and from that moment on, their paths became paths of darkness. But God's great plan is to recreate His own image in the hearts of men. That image, which was lost by yielding to Satan's designs and replaced by the same image of the devil, must be erased by God's work in people's hearts. Then, light once again becomes present as an emblem of God's presence. The light of the Lord illuminates minds and hearts to see divine love, and the Christian who has yielded to the Lord's love begins to walk in the light of Christ. Such a path is a journey in which he discovers that his life practices, his beliefs, and his way of being have never been in harmony with the Lord, but they begin to harmonize once he decides to follow Christ. The light of God illuminates knowledge and understanding so that he can walk in the light. Progressive as the dawn that grows ever brighter, the path of the righteous grows ever brighter until the perfect day. The path of those who obey the Lord is a continual advance toward holiness. He grows ever more in harmony with the law of the Lord. To the extent that he obeys what he learns, the more light he receives and the holier he becomes. As long as you walk in the light you already have, you are in harmony with the Lord. And if your heart is humble, you will not reject it when God sends you new knowledge that illuminates your life. Jesus is the perfect model for our advancement in faith. All those who follow the Lord will have already left the kingdom of darkness and will walk in the light. The Christian who loves the Lord no longer takes pleasure in the practice of impurity, dishonesty, lies, or any kind of evil. Rather, they will strive to abandon them every day to harmonize with the light they already have. However, for various reasons, whether laziness, weakness, or human weakness, we often stop following Jesus and fall back into the path of darkness, and we need to follow the light of Christ again so as not to get lost. Although it hurts to have failed and to be labeled a traitor to the faith, the light of Christ continues to shine so that we can return to the path. Once we have returned, we can carry out the work of enlightening those in the same situation. Just as the stars speak to us of a great light in the sky, with whose glory they shine, so do Christians must show that there is a God worthy of praise and imitation on the throne of the universe. The grace of His Spirit, His purity and holiness, will be manifested in His witnesses. Walking in the light is giving evidence that our experience of conversion and salvation is authentic. Rising from our falls also demonstrates that God has continued to be merciful to us, and His light has not abandoned us. But it will always be our will whether we want to walk in God's light or not. How would you describe your experience with God? Will it be that you are walking in the light that God has given you? If we are following Jesus, then we will walk in His light. Amen.
Thank you for listening to this audio. We invite you to share with your contacts and visit the website BibleWell.com.